Today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about a couple of things that scared me about owning a Cane Corso, especially when I had Dante, because he's my first Cane Corso ever. If you are subscribed to our channel, thank you so much for always supporting us. We really appreciate you guys, all 13,000 of you. And if you are new here, hi. I hope that you like this video and I hope that you subscribe to our channel too. I had not owned any large dog breeds before Dante. My husband had, previous dog ownership experience in that sense. And I had dogs before, but not a big one. So I had an idea of what to expect, but it's really, one thing to have an idea and then a whole other thing when this, very powerful puppy is in your house. Something that really intimidated me at first was taking him out on walks. Walking him was scary for me because I felt like I was too small and I would never be able to control him and he would just do whatever he wanted, which was wrong of me to think, because as we know, the relationship that you have with your dog is not based on your gender, your physical appearance, any of that. It's based on literally how much time you are dedicating to your dog. If you are working with your dog, if you are forming good habits with them, then your dog is going to listen to you. You are going to have trust. It's going to be a good, healthy relationship with a good foundation, so that when you go into the more challenging things, it's much easier. So I kind of started off not really having that good foundation, and because of that, I was very intimidated to walk him. Often I see messages and comments or in my DMs saying like, hey, I'm like this tall, I weigh this much, do you think I can handle a Corso? And what I'd say to those people is, hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter any of that. What matters is how much time you're willing to dedicate into handling and training your dog. So yeah, that's something that really scared me at first. Now, what helped me overcome that is that I actually started training him. I actually started to incorporate structured walks, so we wouldn't just go out just for a walk. I'd have him sit before I open the door, sit when we come back inside the door. One thing, it's like little things that really improve your dog's behavior. So I would say, for example, Dante would start to notice when we would be like turning the corner and like arriving to our house, and his heel would get pretty sloppy by the time that we were getting there. So working on that and making sure that he was healing even though we were approaching our house and practicing that over and over is something that helped. And that's just like one example, but there are so many things that you can train your dog to do and train your dog to be neutral about and train your dog to be better at. So once I started to understand that it wasn't about my size, it was literally just my relationship with him, it changed completely, and I kind of felt empowered by it. So now that I go, like, one of my favorite things to do with the dogs is take them on walks, because I feel really proud of them and I feel really proud of like the work that we've put together. Now, the second thing that really scared me about owning a Cane Corso, and these things are more kind of like, I guess Peach would be involved too, but I would say like a lot of them was because Dante was my first Corso, so like there were a lot of new things, whereas when I got Peach, I was just kind of like way more experienced, But I would say that one thing that scared me, second thing that scared me with getting Dante was people's perceptions of him and people not being as accepting to him. So when my husband and I, who was my fiance at the time, were talking about getting a dog like Dante, we, kind of like bounced off ideas with other people too, and the conversation would come up, and people are all everyone's entitled to their opinion, but there would be some people that would, think that, Dante was ugly, or well, not Dante, but the Corso breed was ugly, or they were vicious. So there were people that based their opinions solely on how they looked and like the perception of, the Corso being really scary and being like mean looking, right? So that was something that scared me, because I would say that I'm the type of person that I like like to be good with everybody. You know, like I like like good vibes, okay? Like I'm good vibes only. So that was scary for me because I was like, oh, I like, you know, I had talked to my husband before and I was like, even for me, it wasn't like the dog of my dreams at the time because I wanted more like of a shepherd, but I was okay with getting Dante. So it was kind of hard because I was like, oh my God, so many other people don't like this dog, but I want people to like this dog, you know, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be my dog. So that was something scary because we even had family that were opposed to us getting a dog like that. All of that to say that at the end of the day, we got Dante, and you know, I guess it's hard to believe that people wouldn't like him, but I mean, all 13,000 of you guys seem to think he's really cute, so, and Peach too, so it turned out great. And that's not to say that if, you know, that you should just make a choice about getting a particular dog breed solely based on other people's opinions about it. Like in all things in life, you're gonna have to outweigh the pros and the cons. If other people's opinions of you and perceptions of you and that stuff really matters, you know, then, you know, make your decision based on that. If it doesn't, then don't. As much as you want to make sure that everybody around you is okay, you're not always going to be able to please everybody. At the end of the day, from what I did was I made the decision based on what I wanted, what I knew would be good for my life, because the only person that knows my life better than me is me. So with that in mind, I knew what my day-to-day would look like, and I knew that on my day-to-day, I wanted to have a companion like Dante. So the last thing that I would say that was something really scary to deal with was when Dante got sick with epilepsy, because I can't really explain to you guys on camera how much that changed our lives, you know. I never like to come on here and tell you if things are hard. I mean, I think I've only made one epilepsy video in the entirety of our YouTube channel, because I really want for the people that are watching to have a good time and to get a positive experience out of our videos and learn something. But very candidly, I can say that that was a really scary time in my life because it really did change a lot of things. Dante takes medicine like, I'd say 4 times a day. So that meant that I really had to make sure that I was home. I had to make sure that I had a job that I could have, but at the same time be able to be around for Dante. It was really, you know, it was a really scary thing, especially when he first got it, and it's still scary because he's generally good, but he'll still get like a breakthrough seizure every now and then, and every time that happens, it's so sad because it's like he's so good the rest of the time, you know, for the rest of the month, and then to see him not being good. I mean, I'm sure that you guys with dogs, when your dog is sick, it's like the worst thing. Like you have trouble sleeping, like your stomach hurts, you know, like you get stressed out. They're part of your family. So that was something that initially was super scary to deal with, especially because it was unknown. There's really not a lot of information about epilepsy and canines out there. A lot of the things that we've learned is actually about regarding epilepsy comes from forums and people who have epilepsy and what they talk about. So it was scary. It was a scary time. But silver lining is that I learned to really appreciate when everybody is good, like when Dante is healthy. I take, you know, I don't take those things for granted. I don't take it for granted when I see him like running in our backyard, you know, being himself, playing with Peach. That's not something, you know, I don't take that stuff for granted. So I can say that you know, just owning Dante in general and Peach have honestly made me a better person and have made me have a much more positive outlook on life in general. So even if things get hard. So yeah, I would say that that was another scary thing. And this is going to be the end of all the scary things that I'm going to talk to you guys about, because honestly I would say that's about it. But I did want to, you know, talk to you about this because I'm always, you know, concerned about the kind of Corso breed and how popular it's getting, and or you know, just any strong dog breed, or you know what, just dogs in general. You know how like when there was COVID and everybody adopted dogs, I get concerned about that stuff. Like I really do, because I don't want people to get dogs, you know, to fill a void, or I don't want people to get dogs because, you know, they have more time on their hands. Owning a dog is a huge commitment, and there are so many things that some people don't talk about, but are things that are scary things about having a dog. And you know, so I just wanted to come here and just be real, you know, like tell you, hey, there are things that are scary about owning a Corso. And I don't know, hopefully maybe this resonated with one of you guys, and it shows you that you're not alone. There are a lot of things that are scary about, you know, training and like not messing up your dog and all that kind of worry, and what if your dog gets sick. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out the courses over at Fenrir. They're amazing courses. I always recommend them to anybody really that has a dog or is a new dog owner, because they're very extensive, very informative, and they are really helpful for any dog owner that's looking to get some more knowledge. All right, and don't forget to check out our merch. Bye.